we go. Yay! And we'll continue with this poetry homework already. The memory poem, my goal is to come back, and then once we get done going through stuff, we're going to get a chance for a whole bunch of you to get up and get points. Cross our fingers, we'll see how things go. But for now, this is where you're going to turn to the entry you just made for the vocab list for entry number 5. So it should be number 5 on the homework side. Some of you have 2 things. Why do you only have 5? Because you made an entry yesterday. Also, poetry number 1. Heaven forbid I have to help you, because my helping involves standing the entire time, and that makes people sad. Hint, grumpy face, just trying to help you. I mean, I'm trying to help you before I help you, because you don't want my real help. Then, you're going to make 3 columns. 1 column that says word, 1 column that says poem, and then 1 column that says definition. The definition column should be the big column, and then word, and then the poem. This is to get you ready for the vocab and spelling test coming up next week, which I've not decided. I'll either do Wednesday or Friday. I don't know which one yet. Pikowski?
Can we put it like this, like put it that way?
Still make sure your date and title goes in the normal spot. Dates and titles are important. Mr. Baker and his math thing.
What about Mr. Beatty?
Mr. Beatty and his math thing too. There's a lot of math things going on. Alright, and then we're going to move on in just a moment. Hopefully you figured out how to count to 10. Try to help you out. If not, you know, boo-hoo to you. Boop. Boop. Our first word that we're going to do, this will be a test coming up next week, will be stanza, word number 1. First question, what poem do we get stanza from? Well, what poems have stanzas in them? Forbes?
All of them.
Nice enough. So we'll go with all of them. Poetry unit. All of them. Then, the definition. Tar button. What's the definition of a stanza?
The space in between poem paragraph.
Close. That's for one ends and the next one begins. But you had it with your last 2 words.
Poem paragraph.
Nicely done. Paragraph in a poem. Or you can be sassy like Tarby and just put down poem paragraph.
That doesn't make sense.
What?
Doesn't make sense.
Poem paragraph? Put paragraph in a poem? Well, then don't use her version. She's a horrible person. No one likes her.
Yeah.
Alright. And that's a good point, Mace. I hadn't thought about bringing that one up. When it says paragraph in a poem, that is the repetition of the same word or the same sound in multiple words. And what do we call that again, Maze? We have the repetition of that same sound in multiple words? Nicely done, Maze. Alliteration. Which brings us to numero dos. Clinch. Ooh, this is a tough one. You guys know what poem clinch comes from? Red small leaves of the maple, clenched like a hand, girls the first communion, the pear trees. Mickey.
It's like that poem from,
It is like that one.
no, like the one that we did, like, is simulating metaphor. I just felt like that shell still, I don't know. Wait, are we doing like what kind of poem or?
No, which poem? That's a line from the poem.
I know, but it's on the tip of my tongue, I just can't think of the name.
That'll slow us down. Bratton. What's that?
Is it in Mayday?
It is in Mayday. Mr. Broviak, we haven't read that poem yet. Apparently Bratton did because he's responsible, because that's the poem coming up for your quiz. Oh my goodness. So yeah, that would make you have to know this word to make you all smart goals and stuff like that. So the word is clinch, and to make your life easier when you get to the poem, we have to know what the word clinch means. What does the word clinch mean, Daughtery?
Well, what it means is when basically you take your hand
Yes.
and you squeeze.
Nicely done. Doesn't always have to be a hand, but usually it is. To hold tightly, I put in a closed hand. You can technically clench your teeth also. Like if I were to take my fingernails on the chalkboard like this, and just, right, you keep going, and that's clenching your teeth. The same idea. You can probably also clench your toes at the same time as when it cracks. Your whole body just goes, your toes go up, you're clenching. Every unfold in your body's all clincherific. Zoom tight.
Thank you.
3, clutter. What poem do we get clutter from? Obviously, the clutter on the shelves and not halfway clean. And excuse me, Johnson.
No.
Oh, you're putting that back over. That's fine. So you got the bell work done?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then you can grab your shoe. Jordan.
One of the 7 has something to say.
Nice one. I shortened that to just 1 of 7. If you want to write the whole thing out, more power to you. But I don't. I suffer from a slight case of lacyitis at times. Then, it was nice of many of you to demonstrate clutter with your own stuff. And so now that we know what, that's where I was looking also. And so the demonstration of clutter. Daughtery, do you know what clutter is?
Yes, it's a pile of junk.
It can be junk. It can be stuff, personal belongings, in small, large piles. Oh, or old useless junk. Or piles of stuff. It doesn't have to be junk, because I might consider yourself clutter. You know, I remember Broviak, it means a lot to me. It's the most important book I've ever had. That's fascinating. But for me, it's clutter. It's something I have to stomp on when I'm walking down the aisle. It's clutter. Hopefully it should be easy to point out, but you want to make sure you spell the word right when it goes from here to your paper. The reason being is that when you have a spelling test over these words, hopefully that you're spelling them right as they go from here to there.
But Mr. Broviak, how can we double check such things?
Good question. It's a good thing we're
Recording class. Hi, class at home.
and then you can just come back and watch it from there. It makes things much, much easier. Free H, bachelor.
It's from 1 of the 7.
Nice little. 1 of the 7. Jen, remember what 1 of the 7 or what bachelor means?
Yeah, it's like a guy that he's single.
Nicely done.
All the single names.
Do you like dancing sometimes? Sometimes you gotta put a ring on.
Mr. 16, look at that. 40 seconds.
You even want to know what you guys are arguing about? Hopefully you're arguing about the fact
I
that
wrote it down faster. No, I wrote it down
No, I was
faster.
talking about SpongeBob.
No, I have my stuff written down.
Number 4.
No, I have my stuff written down.
I
If
said,
it's not written down, I'm losing points. And that would be awful because we can't talk until we're done.
stand 5. Haunches. Oh. The cat, the fog comes on little cat haunches and silently moves on. And from bravery of figuring out what poem it could. Free person!
the caterpillar.
The cat. No. Good try. It's like the bravery. McLean.
Fog.
Fog. Nice.
Mr. Broviak, we haven't read that poem either.
I know. It's okay. That's going to come up on our next quiz, and you're going to have to come back and take a look at fog. So to help you out with fog, it's going to talk about haunches. Do you guys know what part of the cat the haunches are? It's going to talk about the cat and his haunches. 3 names?
Butt.
Frightfully enough, yes. The hips and butt of an animal. Humans don't typically have haunches, although some superheroes do. And you see them like they hit the ground, they're like, whoa, and they go like in a little sprint. And all of a sudden, when your legs like stick out far to the sides, and most of you don't probably land from tops of buildings and stuff like that, so your haunches don't go jutting out. But cats and dogs, although they aren't superheroes, they do have large rumpuses. And we're going to go over to number 6, which is going to make all of these disappear in just a moment. Yes, dear?
Don't you?
Oh, you're just enjoying learning. Gnaw! Gabiki?
Oh.
Good enough.
It's from the poem, Caterpillar.
Nice little caterpillar. There's a lot of L's in that one. Nice and good caterpillar. Yes. Make sure you're writing these down too as you go through. On the homework side, get your number 5. And then Johnson, what does gnaw mean?
Chew.
Nice done. It means to eat or chew, to bite on, something along those lines. Eat, chew, bite, gnaw. I keep calling it gnaw, but that's not how it's really pronounced. It's pronounced gnaw. But next week on the spelling test, when I say you should not gnaw on your pencil, I want you in your brain to go, gnaw? Does he mean gnaw? And that way you go spell it good correctly. I figure if you keep good pronouncing it good wrong, it'll good stick in your good head.
That's go weird.
You're good welcome. Rook! The rook flaps croaking across the lane. I eat and swallow and eat raccoon.
The caterpillar.
Are you asking me?
The caterpillar.
Nicely done, raccoon. The caterpillar. And raccoon! Do you know what a rook is?
A bird.
It is large black bird, like a raven or a crow. It is also from chess, but that's not where it comes in here. Melancholy. Once again, not the correct pronunciation, pronounced melancholy. But I'm hoping if I keep saying melancholy, then when it comes time for the spelling test, it'll, I can't even try to mess that one up, but it'll make you melancholy to not do the correct thing. Free person.
The caterpillar.
Nice one. Figure we get to you eventually for the melancholy. And what does it mean to be melancholy? Because many of you cannot feel melancholy today, even if you tried, because it was such short periods. Makes me feel melancholy, but that's a whole other way of looking at it. Jose
Like sad.
is correct. Not just like sad, but all the way sad. Sad, upset, depressed,
Lonely.
little lonely. We'll throw that in there too. Every day, when poor Mickey has to come in and sit next to three names, melancholy sinks into her. I understand completely.
Yeah, I tried the hardest.
Number 9, mausoleum. What poem do we get mausoleum? Yes, Stokowski. When I get old, tired, melancholy, I'll build a leaf green nicely done. Mausoleum, caterpillar. When's ever? What's a mausoleum?
Like when caterpillars build something so
Like a cocoon?
Yeah.
Yes, but not for here. That is what the actual metaphor of the poem is, but not what an actual mausoleum is, because we were going to go stick Grandma and Grandpa Wins into a mausoleum. It would not be a cocoon, because that'd be creepy, but you're on the right track. You have any idea what a mausoleum is? No?
when you die.
Yes, keep going. It does involve death, but I can't go mausoleum on you. Uh-huh. No. Higgy?
An above ground barrier place.
Nice then. Don't you worry, Wins Ever. We'll come back and pick on you again in a moment. We got most the above ground burial place. Apparently we were gonna have to go stay at poor Wins' grandparents. Just to demonstrate.
You're gonna kill my grandparents?
No, I'd never say that out loud while being recorded. Number 10. Resurrection. Resurrection. Wins Ever! Any idea what poem we get resurrection from? Some say more. Oh, wait. Sassy. Just going right out. Good job. Caterpillar. You know what resurrection means?
When you come back alive.
Oh, look at you tearing up that one. Nicely done, Wins Ever. To come back to life. That's why it's okay to kill Wins Ever's grandparents, because it also shows them resurrection too. Like,
Oh, that was a weird trip.
like, it's okay. It's for an educational purpose. Jose!
Oh, never.
I know we ran out of words. I'm sad. You're feeling melancholy now, aren't you?
Miss Broviak, I still want more learning.
I felt the same way. It's okay. Now, I'll leave you guys a chance to write them down, and I'm going to show you what the vocab test looks like. You're going to take it next week. Much like my class, my vocab tests are a little different. So I'm going to try and prepare you by letting you see one early. Mickey?
Why are all of these poems about killer?
Because Caterpillar had a lot of great words in it. So, what you going to do?
Some of us don't know what.
Sometimes you just got to dance. Alright, when you guys take the vocab test now, well, the spelling test is easy. I'm going to go through and you have faith in yourself. But what are you trying to figure out?
Hard.
It's like
What does resurrection mean? See?
Oh,
Yeah. So the spelling test is easy. I give you the word, I go resurrection, and then you just spell it out. And then the vocab test is slightly more challenging. It's got two halves to it. The first half of the vocab test, you just match things up. you're gonna have a list of the words and a list of definitions. This is easy. I can train a monkey to do this. You give me a taser, a monkey, and a day. By the end of the day, the monkey can figure it out. Most of you guys are monkey smart. The other half of the test is much tougher. Here, the other half of the test, you have to take those 10 words, and I write a story. And you have to plug the words into the story I write. So you have to understand what the story is saying, understand what the words mean, be able to plug the correct words in there, having daughter remove his stuff. Clutter, clutter, clutter. Nicely done. Give me that look. Because I accurately used the word. And so this is what you're going to do for the other one. You have a spelling part, a matching part, and a fill in the blank part. That'll become your spelling test and vocab test next week. Dikowski!
Do we need to,
We do, but I wasn't going to say anything about it.
no, we can
Oh.
keep our notebook open?
No. Because now you're leaving. Because what's going to happen on Monday?
Yeah.
Now you can run away.